Darling.
Yes, my darling wife.
No, I have been thinking.
Thinking about what?
What kind of a job you are doing? I don't like it.
You mean the motorbike transport business?
Of course, yes.
What about it? That is what I'm using to train myself in this school, taking care of my siblings as well as my dead parents.
I know. But now that we are married, that kind of job, I don't like it. It's too degrading.
Degrading?
Yes.
You know, white-collar jobs are for the politicians and their children.
Oh, come off it. Am I a politician daughter?
You are fortunate.
Seriously, Mommy. I have been thinking of starting off a production business. But I won't have the chance to manage it properly.
Production business? What sort of production business?
Consumables, things people use on a daily basis. Like soap, kitchen utensils, packaging of materials, plastic, and other edibles confectionaries.
How come that is like this?
Well, when I was little, my mom used to trade on these items. Sometimes she took me to the warehouses and factories, and I fell in love with them.
But they ought to require millions to start with.
Not really. There are some benefits I am expecting. But if that is not enough, we can take a loan from our cooperative society.
What do you mean we? I don't come across such business before. And I don't know a hoot about it. Besides, where do you expect me to get such kind of money from?
I said we. Because it's going to be our family business. Like I said, don't worry. I will take care of the finance. All I want from you is for you to manage it for us. Honey? Hello?
Okay, I've heard you. So, when do you want this started?
Of course, right away. Thank you, Obi. I love you, man. Thank you.
was fine. I bought the equipment you said I should buy and the pay for the money for the raw material for production.
That's good. Right on. So, how much do we have left from the money I gave to you last week?
Should be 10,000 naira.
10,000? By my calculation, I think it should be about 40,000.
Yeah. I sent 30,000 out to my mother.
30,000 where? Why? At least we...
What? Should be meticulous about spending. Isn't that what you want to say again? Eh? How long do you want to keep my mother waiting?
At least you should have explained things to her for her to exercise patience.
I can't believe you are the one saying this.
What,
I just can't.
What I'm trying to say is, we cannot just be laundry with finances.
You call sending money to my mother, probably to meet her urgent need, laundry. For Charity, I can't believe you are the one saying this. My own mother. For how long have I been keeping her waiting? This is what we'll be saying since, and we'll be keeping her waiting. Since I started this business of yours, I don't think I can no longer take care of carry out my duties. I can no longer take care of my responsibility. I cannot take care of my siblings. So
you now call it a business. Is that what is it?
What define what it means to me then? What does it mean to me? That I have to give account of any money I spend, anytime I take money, then no salary, no 20. What is it to me?
You know that is not true. This very business takes care of the finances at home.
Yes, take care of finances at home because you want it to. But whenever I spend money, use money for part of it to do this, you raise the roof. Then I have to give account of any money now I spent. What is it to me? How can I divide that business to me?
Good day, viewers, and you're welcome to today's episode of Decisions. I am your host. My name is Akimbola Praise, and to deliberate on the issue at stake today, I have two persons. By my near left here, I have Deaconess Grace Unoro. She's a teacher at Tebromede Primary School in Warri. You're welcome, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you.
And just after her, I have Pastor Victor Ekbe. He's an associate pastor with Church of God Mission Trade Center here in Warri. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you very much.
Okay, we watched the drama of the issue at stake, and I first began to think that this situation that this family find themselves, family business and challenges, is it a common thing or is it a unique thing, Pastor Victor?
Well, it happens. It happens in a lot of families have businesses that they are doing together. So it's case by case. Some families, they leave the business for a particular person, maybe for the wife to be managing while the husband is looking at something else, and in some other cases the husband while the wife is. So it's something that happens. It's prevalent in our society, I would say.
Okay. Is there any good idea in husband and wife having a business together, Deaconess Grace?
Yes, there's a good idea in it because a family that stays together, plans together, do things together, grows together. So it's a very good idea because both of you are going to be together and live together, unlike when you have a third party who could in the middle say, no, I don't want to be part of this business anymore. But you, husband and wife, who have come together to stay together, when you run a business together, you are focused, you know what you want.
I think in this instance, it's the same thing the husband and the wife are trying to do, but it's not come out well. So are there any pitfalls in husband and wife running business together?
Yeah.
Are they not going to use romance to spoil the business? Pastor Victor.
Well, people from this part of the world, the Niger Delta part of the world, because you could start a family business, and then when the business is starting or before the business starts, there are no rules and regulations that are put in place. You see our folks in the eastern parts of Nigeria, you have a business, father, mother, children, uncles, aunties, all running the business for years.
So that's not a family, it's a clan business.
Yeah, exactly. Go to Nnewi, for instance, you see it. They are laid down rules. You know that even if I'm a son working under my father, you know that after 10 years you are settled to this particular amount. Okay. So things are there are guidelines. But when there are no guidelines, that's where you can see a man talking about no salary for me. Those things ought to have been in place. I guess that's why this family they should go and learn how other people have been doing it and are succeeding, and theirs will become better.
Now that you mentioned the man complaining that he doesn't earn anything, he doesn't have funds to command, should his wife put him in that situation where he needs to be accountable to his wife for everything? First, did his wife even put him in that situation, or the condition put him in the situation?
Well, in this case, I think that just like Pastor Victor said, there were no laid down rules. Because when you are setting up a business, there are things you must consider. It's not just the profit you are going to make out of it that you look at. Like we saw here, he left somewhere. He was doing something before, which with that he was able to get married.
Okay.
His siblings were depending on him, his aged parent and all of that. But if they had this business together and they were to employ somebody to do the running of the business, they will pay that person. So it's not the wife per se, but the business itself taking care of this man's demands or needs.
Okay.
I think that's what
Pastor Victor, what's your view of that?
Well, in line with what my sister said, and I think what she said is correct. See, the thing here is that, as it were, first and foremost, you talked about a situation where he's going to be, he gives accounts to the wife on a daily basis. In fact, he should not even put himself, whoever is running the family business, because we're talking to other people at large now. Yeah. Whether it's the husband or whether it's the wife that is managing the family business, before the other person asks, how's the business doing, you should give account. That helps a lot. You should give account, either weekly or on a daily basis. You should give account to say, see how we fared today, see how we fared, look at what came in, if you don't give account that way, you put the other person, in this case the wife now, having to be asking the husband, how much did we sell today? So it's important for accountability. Whoever is managing the business, accountability is very, very key.
Okay, first, I look at a frame of mind in this situation. A husband is a husband, he sees himself as the head of the home, and the wife is supposed to be like maybe the support. Now, the man is not happy because it's like he has to be rendering. He's looking as if the woman is now his head and he is now the neck down. So he doesn't seem to enjoy that situation. So is there a frame of mind, like you say, okay, maybe voluntarily rendering account? Is there a frame of mind that is required for that?
First and foremost, the man who think I'm the head. Meanwhile, you are asking your wife for salary. You should relax. What are we saying? You are asking her for salary. That tells me something. That tells me that you have accepted that one way or the other, the woman is the pillar behind this business. And so cool down, leave that head matter and do what is right. Just render account. Say, honey, man, while you are doing your loves, my business was good today. Okay. We made this, we made that, we made this. I think it's good for business accountability. Give it before the other person acts.
Okay,
that's my take.
Okay, now let's look at another aspect. The man has family. He has a large family, siblings that are having expectations of him, and in his new situation, because he's not in control of the funds, he's not really able to extend some financial assistance to them. For people who find themselves in a situation where you have a sibling that seems to be doing well, but you are not very okay, and you expect him to extend a hand of assistance or support to you, but he's not really doing like that, how do you handle yourself? What's your advice for those people? They are like, they have a sibling, the sibling seems to be doing well from their own point of view. How should they position themselves? Should they attach themselves? Should they just forget about the sibling and go on their own? If it brings, fine. If it doesn't bring, or how do you advise people to put themselves in a position in such a situation?
Well, I'll say that to such a person out there, they should learn to get in touch with reality. You see, every man you see out there, every brother or sister or cousin that you see, probably doing well, that person has responsibilities, projects, you know. So have that at the back of your mind. Then my advice to such a person is, when you go to meet such a person, do your homework. If you have something you want to do, you have a business you want to do, or you have an idea that you need somebody to do your homework, such that when you meet your uncle or your elder brother, you are telling him what makes sense. Not a situation where you go to him and at the end of 5 minutes interview, that your elder brother just knows that you are not serious, you're just looking for money to squander. Always do your homework so that when you meet the person, what is coming out of your mouth is substance that your uncle or auntie can relate with. He or she may have projects, but when they see that you are serious, you are focused, you have done homework, I think it encourages the person who wants to bring money. Because nobody wants to give money to somebody who go and squander it.
It's a worthless venture.
Exactly. So I think it's important to do your homework, be serious, do your homework, and go to him to say, see uncle or see brother, I have done this, I have done that, I have done this, I need this push, or I need this advice, or I need this. I think the person will be more encouraged to.
And also to add to that, so I will also want to advise them that it's not really that sibling. Like a songwriter said, your help is from above and not from abroad. You know, some of us have this tendency that because my father is a commissioner or is a minister or something, or my uncle is in such position, things are okay, settled. No, but like he said, have your plan down, then look unto God. So God could just pick somebody from nowhere, somebody that you don't even know, to finance it for you. Have a focus and don't look down on that person or say, this brother is very wicked, not the help, that in wife. When you have such mindset, then you are not likely going to have anything. Don't look at what can I get from me, he's my brother now, you are our wife. If you have that mindset, you may not get anything. Look unto God, trust him, and God could just pick somebody.
Okay, just before we go on break, I want to ask one more question. Now, a one-eyed man in the city of the blind, they say is the king. But if the one-eyed man, his eyes does not belong to him, he borrowed it, then how should he treat the blind people? By that I mean, in this situation now, this Mr. Joe is married to a woman, he's trying to do well and all that, but his siblings, they are seeing him as the one-eyed man in the city of the blind. How is he supposed to treat his siblings? Now, for anyone who is doing well, just general question, how are they supposed to treat their siblings if they are not very okay? Should they make budgets when it's not really within their control? Should they make budgets, or how should they handle their siblings or parents and all that?
Well, there's a scripture, Matthew 7:26-27, I suppose, where Jesus was talking about, if you build your house, he who builds his house upon a sand, rain will fall, wind, storm, and the house will be blown apart. My advice to every person who has a business is that, see this business that you're doing, your family members, everybody is looking up to you. While it is important for you to take care of your family members as at when due, it's also important that this source of wealth is well established. That is why part of what you earn should go back, as in be reinvested into the business to solidify the business so that it will stand the test of time. Because if you don't do that, very soon, like you said, that one eye, the owner of the one eye will come and collect it, and you will join.
But in a situation where he's already having bad impression, before his siblings, what should he do? Should he he's not going to totally abandon his siblings, but he's got a budget, and in that budget, this is what is available for family members, and he's going to do that, and he will explain to them, say, look, I am into this, I'm into that, as he chooses to let them know, and this is what is available. It's no longer available, it's no longer available. You see, one thing we should learn, you see, the white man, if the white man tells you no, if he has two bars of chocolate, you say, can you have one? He will be smiling and telling you no. Say, one is for my kid, one is for my cousin. That's it. I think to an extent we should learn how to say no. What I have, we have used. There's nothing, you understand? Because if you don't do that, at the end of the day, you collapse the business, and everybody goes back with too much sentiment, and everybody goes back to square one. Support that?
Yes, that he has spoken my mind, and we should too. Once somebody gets married in our area, we will see that it's our own. This is our own. You want to, but it's not like that. And like he has said, you have to keep putting back into the business. No matter how much you have in an account, let it be 1 billion, whatever. By the time you start removing a kobo each day, one day that place will be empty. So I think his siblings too and his family should also know that it was not like this. What is the matter? How did it come?
Yes, at least to communicate.
Yes, communication.
Okay.
Very important.
Okay.
See, sometimes it depends on the family background. Sometimes some people don't deserve certain communication. There are certain family members you don't go to say, I'm building one house somewhere. The fact that you are building house is an offense in some family environment. How can you be building house when we are suffering? So sometimes, it depends on the family background. There are some things you don't just explain.
Okay.
Otherwise, wish might come and press you.
Okay, we're taking a break now, and when we come back, we'll continue with the issue. Please stay tuned. To support or advertise on this program, please send a mail to advert@colonyproject.com.ng or call +234 809 512 5565. Okay, viewers, you're welcome back to the second part of today's Decisions episode. We are still talking about the case of Mr. Joel and his wife and their family business. I want to ask a question about this particular instance now. In this whole setup for the family business, marriage and everything, is there anything that Mr. Joe or Joel missed out on doing properly? Is there any foundational thing that was missing, resulting to this situation, Pastor Victor?
Okay, I think some of it we have already discussed before. Yeah. They should have when they make profits, they should have discussed before that we make X amount of profit. This percentage goes for tax, for instance. This percentage goes to God or charity, as the case may be. This percentage is like a salary. So they're supposed to have have those kind of, and then the means of reporting how they are going to do reports, or do they have Excel spreadsheets where things like that.
All this we are saying is it's just a small family business. These things, are they important?
Yes.
It's not maybe if you want to have a factory, you want to employ many people. Some businesses is just maybe husband and wife, and the husband is the only one, is the sole manager. Okay, do they need to do all of this too?
Like we saw in the video, doesn't look like a small business.
Yes,
they have to borrow money. They have a factory. They are producing. Okay. Time will come, some of the machines will go bad. They will need money set aside for maintenance. So they should have
proper planning.
Proper planning should have. So I think for every man out there or a woman out there, before you go into such family business, it's important to tie some of those loose ends. I personally will have a business that we're doing at home, and even though my wife doesn't really feast on that money per se, but we have something that we know is a salary for her. You understand? Something we know that's a salary for her. So things like that should be in place so that the problem of pay my salary or don't pay my salary, all those kind of issues will not arise.
Okay,
and it will also help in commitment. If you know that you are getting this out of it at the end of the day, then it will help you also to be committed. But by the time this man is just being frank, like he told the wife, I sent 30,000 naira to my mother who has been waiting. He can also say 40,000. How do you know it's 40,000 that's supposed to be left? He could deny it. He just been frank and real with the wife. That's why I was able to tell that.
Couldn't he at least have told the wife before taking the step?
The wife just came in and asked. Yes, he would. Like he said, we've been keeping her waiting and waiting, keeping her. Probably he had mentioned it before, and he said, just wait. Yes, we need to pay back bills, we need to do that. So he has been keeping the woman waiting. And for crying out loud, we take care of our parents. We have to.
Okay.
Sorry. And I think some women, to an extent, they should cut their husbands some slack. To an extent, even though it's important for a man to be open, let the wife know what he's doing. To an extent, when it comes to a man's family, he would like to have a little bit of leeway where he can give his father 5,000 without having to take permission from his wife. Something like that. So I think
both sides.
Yeah, both sides. Some it's not. There's some small money I should be able to without necessarily asking your permission.
Okay.
For the husband and for the wife.
Okay, that's understood. Now, Deaconess Grace, this is to you. You are a lady, so I want to ask you: the woman is being seen by the man's family as the reason for their misfortune. Because before the man got married, he used to take care of them, but now he's married, he doesn't seem to extend anything to them. How can any woman who is in such shoes, whether based on money or anything, who is in the shoes of being seen as, since you came into this family, we are having issues, how can the woman make the husband look better before the husband's family? First, in this particular instance, what can the Mr. Joel's wife do to make the husband look better to his family and then to any other person generally?
To me too, from here, I want to see that she too is far from the man's family. You know, this situation is my husband, me and my husband. Yeah. She's not a friend to the family, or she's not close to the family. Because if you are close to the family, you could have been able to approach her directly. Yes, you find a situation where a mother-in-law even opens up to you, the daughter-in-law, than the son. Yeah. We have seen instances where the sons will say, who be your pikin? Is it her or me? You know. So I want to see too that she is far from the place, but she can still make amends. She should get close to the family. Try to get close to the mother. Try to befriend them. It may not be easy now, but since the man is crying now that this is what my siblings are saying, this is what my aged parents are saying, she too should put her light into the house and see what is really going on there.
Let me quickly add something. Let's not forget that the woman took a huge loan from somewhere, and the loan will be repaid from her salary. So
she has responsibilities.
She has responsibilities to meet up as well. Like my deaconess said, be close to the man's family, no doubt. Once in a while, give them little gifts. Please, for my advice to the lady, don't appear extravagant anytime you go there. Because if you always appear extravagant, they might think that
the impression
you are well to do many. You understand? But we will not say because of be friends to them, you will now squander the money that's supposed to take care of, because at the end of the day, it's the woman's pocket, it's her salary that will fill the, so it's important that she gets close to the family and don't appear too extravagant. When you go there, do small gifts, small gifts.
Even if she doesn't give gifts, yes, I agreed, once in a while you give gifts, but there is a way you can be close to the family without even giving them something. They know, they understand. Once in a while, the way you relate with them, and they will know that this one cannot have and not give to us. If she has, she will give to us. They will even be the one to tell her, I know people are running a project, so I know it will be well. Things like that. But if you are not close, you don't relate with them. So even when you bring the money, sometimes they can even throw the money back at you. Yes, so just be their friend.
So the bottom line is that in this situation, relationship is lacking between the couple and then the extended family, so they need to work on that. Okay, I want to thank you, Deaconess Grace. I want to thank you, Pastor Victor, for coming and for discussing this issue. I believe your advice will help somebody out there to be able to make a right decision. So if you find yourself in such situation that you want to do a family business, whether with your wife or husband or with extended family, please take some time to lay proper foundations and make sure that you communicate properly, and always understand that relationships are very, very important. Everything is premised on relationship. So I remain your host, Akimbola Praise, and we enjoy you to stay with us on the same station, same channel, same time next week.